Hello folks, this is Sullla once again. You're listening to another video for League of Legends. This game is going to feature a support Lux as played by me, and this is going to be a rather greedy Lux, as we'll see as this game goes along. This is taken from a solo queue ranked game. It's actually taken from a promotion solo queue ranked game. This is a promotion match as I am trying to go from Silver 4 to Silver 3, so keep in mind this is certainly not top of the ladder or anything like that. Just one of the games that I was playing as I'm continuing to try to play and get better. For those of you who haven't been following kind of my travails through ranked, I had a horrible series of placement matches. Actually went 2 wins, 8 losses in my initial placement games. And have been playing my way up out of that ever since. I actually got placed into Bronze 3 and have been trying to work my way out over the following weeks since then. But hey, you get a lot of interesting games as a result when you're kind of down in this ELO bracket. So in this game, we're going to be seeing some more Lux support. Now, I've done a fair amount of Lux support both on stream and in videos. This game just proved to be interesting enough in terms of how it shook out that I figured I wanted to go ahead and put this up on the channel because I think people will get a kick out of this game and some of the stuff that takes place. Alright, before we get into that though, let's go ahead and just take a look at the matchups. Up in top lane, we're going to have a Nasus for my team up against a Karma on the other team. Kind of unusual, you don't really see Karma in a solo lane all that much, and when she is played in a solo lane, she's much more commonly played in mid than she is in top. In the mid lane, my team has a Yasuo, the enemy team has a Karthus. I typed in chat when this game was in the staging room. Karthus actually this player had last pick and picked Karthus into Yasuo. I was like, brave man picking Karthus into Yasuo. This is not a great matchup for Karthus. I was hoping our Yasuo player would get super fed and just snowball and carry the game from there. In the jungle, we have a Jarvan player on our team. Their team has a jungle Vi, so pretty standard stuff there. And then my team is going to be Ezreal and Lux in the bot lane against an Ashe and Braum lane. Alright, so the way that this lane shakes out is we have a really nice poking lane setup between Ezreal and Lux. We have lots and lots and lots of poke. Their team does not really have is not really great at defending against poke. What they have more is they have more in the way of kill pressure, particularly post level 6. They're going to have a lot of kill pressure on us because Ashe is going to have Arrow, Braum is going to have his ultimate Glacial Fissure, and between the two of them, they're going to have, like I said, a lot of kill pressure. If Ashe lands an arrow on either one of us, we will essentially die because, I mean, like, it's going to be really hard to get out of the way. I guess Ezreal can dodge with his blink, his arcane shift, but if either of us gets hit, we're going to be in trouble. So we kind of need to establish an advantage in this lane early on while we have the poke advantage. Alright, so right there, I'm going to land a binding onto the Braum player, and I'm going to follow it up with my Lucent Singularity, which is the Lux E, the Lux Pool, and Braum is going to respond by flashing away, and Ashe burns Summoner Heal. So that's really nice for us. I had actually been doing a terrible job of harassing up to that point. I think I missed my first 3 pulls. But right here, I'm going to catch another binding, and we're going to follow that up. And that's going to be first blood just like that. So Braum, unfortunately, not able to dodge the poke. He gets hit with a binding. We use the initial binding to blow his flash and the Summoner Heal on Ashe, and then he gets hit by another long-range binding. He kind of cornered himself up against the wall here, which is something you have to be careful to do. And there's a much better placed Lux E to get in a little bit more harass on Ashe. So yeah, he just kind of cornered himself up against the wall. There wasn't a lot of room. He did not have his flash up because he had already used it on the previous binding, and that was relatively easy from that point. I did not have Ignite up because I ignited on the initial play, but with, like I said, with no flash and no Summoner Heal, there wasn't a lot he could do, and it turns out I get the kill because I popped it. I actually got it with an auto attack, but that triggered the Lux Illumination passive. So that's great, gets us off to a great start. It means they're going to have to play more defensively in the lane. And right now, I'm just trying to toss out my skills. Once again, I am not poking very well here. I got the, oh, well, except Ashe stupidly walks into the pool right as it's about to time out. So get some damage there. But yeah, I'm actually not doing a great job here. And I was starting to get low on mana, so I was like, alright, you know what? I've got first blood money. I'm going to go back, I'm going to spend this 800 gold that I picked up, going to get the upgraded Spell Thief, and then look to come back with the Frostfang and look to do a better job of harassing. One nice thing about Ezreal as a partner in lane is Ezreal is a very safe AD, is one of the safest ones you can get. He should be just fine to farm this lane even with me not here, and I don't know if they even realize that I recalled because I backed off to this brush so they wouldn't be able to see me. So pretty standard stuff. I'm not going to talk too much about Lux support because I've done that before. I'm going to try to focus more on the action in this game. Lux support, pretty much built the same way as a normal Lux. You know, you skill your E first, your Q second, 1 point in W is all you need, and skill your ult when it's available, of course. Build support items, Spell Thief into a Ludens, and then just go from there with standard AP stuff. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to talk more kind of about how I'm playing this lane and what I'm trying to do. So, as I mentioned, we have the big poke edge, so like right there, I'm actually going to get a pretty nice pick, although Braum's, his Keystone Mastery triggers and shields most of the damage away. This is not a fun lane for Braum to be in. He actually is quite good at blocking the poke when he has his shield up, but he can't really do too much to harass us back. So if I play this lane correctly, I can harass Ashe, make sure that she is on low health, that she never gets too comfortable, but that does require me to land my harass. And of course, Ezreal also has to land his poke too. But if we do this correctly, we can harass them, and there's not a lot that they can do to kind of respond, at least not until they hit 6. They get much, much stronger in this lane when they hit level 6, so that's when the danger will increase for us, and we're going to have to be much more careful. I'm doing a little bit better job of tagging Ashe right now. One of the things that I've been trying to get better at doing is watch for when the other team's AD goes for a last hit. Like, Ashe is going to want to get this cannon minion, so I want to try and wait until she goes in to last hit this when it gets low, and then that is when I should look to try to toss out either a binding or one of my E's. And like right there, see, Ashe goes forward to last hit. She actually goes forward to last hit this caster minion, and so I'm able to tag her with another Lux pool. No one of these Lux pools actually does that much damage. And right there, I think that would have hit Ashe if it had gone into the 2 minions. No one of these pools does that much damage, but like if you keep repeatedly doing 100 damage over and over again, it does add up. And like right there, I'm going to catch Lux in a binding. I'm going to use my pool to follow it up. I'm going to ignite, and Ashe is forced to flash away. If she doesn't flash, she's probably going to die. Braum did a nice job of hopping in there with the stand behind me and then with the unbreakable shield. But wasn't enough. Ashe is now super low, and so this is going to clear us to go and look and actually make a play to invade their blue buff. There's not a lot they can do. Our jungler wanted to go after this, so I'm going to follow him and look to help him out. And Ashe, again, is really low, and she's going to have to back, and this is actually not a great back timing because, look, there's a full wave coming in here. Now, meanwhile, while this is going on, the enemy team's Vi is ganking the top lane, and we're actually going to have Karthus ult into this, and Karthus is going to claim that kill. So, nice job by the enemy team's Karthus. If you note, he walked back to make sure he could not get hit by a Yasuo tornado, and he's going to claim that. Exactly what you want to do when you're playing as Karthus. But we get advantages on the bottom side of the map. We have stolen their blue buff, so Karthus will not get that, and now we're going to look to take this Infernal Drake, which is not going to be great in laning phase, but is going to be really nice later on. This is a totally free dragon. Why? Because Yasuo has pressure mid, Ashe had to back bot, and we just saw Vi in top lane. So even though the jungler did not use his smite, Jarvan was living on the edge and playing a little bit dangerously. He did not use his smite there or on the Scuttle Crab. We still were able to get that in complete safety because Vi was topside and we had pressure both in mid and in bot. And now we're going to look to cash in our gold, go back to base, buy, and pick up more items. Ezreal's already done that. He's picked up the Sheen and the Tear, which is the standard first 2 items that you pick up on Ezreal. And I'm just getting more support stuff. Got the Frostfang earlier. Now I'm going to start building towards the Lost Chapter that builds into Ludens. And I've also got a refillable potion for sustain and a control word. Alright, so that's kind of where we stand right here. Game's going well. We're about 1,000 gold ahead. Nasus is behind top, but we're looking pretty good everywhere else. In particular, Vi is really far behind in the jungle, only 28 minion kills. And like Ezreal might look close right now in minions, but like he's going to get this is like a double wave, and he should be able to get pretty much all of these. And once he gets that, he'll be well ahead of Ashe down here in the bottom lane. So we're looking good down here in bot. Got the early kill, and Ashe has been forced to take a bad recall timing. And Ashe is also building towards, apparently, a Blade of the Ruined King, which I've never liked as an item on Ashe. I know some people buy it, but with crit being particularly strong in the game right now, I kind of like the Infinity Edge Rush more so for Ashe, but oh well. Just maybe more of a personal preference than anything else. So hopefully we can do a better job of trying to land poke. Now right now we have Jarvan looking to come in, so watch, we're going to try to help him out with this gank here. So he's going to look to come around. We actually miss everything. I missed my binding. Ezreal misses his ultimate. But here we're going to look to try and come in. There's going to be an exhaust used on Braum. I do finally hit something. I hit a binding on the Braum player, and now he's going to try to get out. Jarvan hits the knockup, and then my auto attack finishes him off. So I actually played that fight almost completely wrong. Missed just about everything. I missed my my binding. I missed my initial pull, and I don't think I actually tossed out the shield either. So all of that was quite bad. But we did end up getting the kill, so nice job Jarvan, nice job Ezreal. Now right here, we're looking to invade. I honestly did not know what Ezreal was trying to do here, but here I'm going to play much better. Vi goes in, she's going to use her ultimate. I'm going to get the double shield on Ezreal. I'm going to use my all three of my skills, actually all 4 of my skills. Let me go back and show that again, because this was some nice Lux play. All right, so we're going to see Vi, she spots us. Ezreal puts the ward down, so slow it down to half speed. I see that Ezreal's going to get engaged on, so I toss out the shield. He gets the double shield benefit. I land the binding, I land the pool, I ignite, I toss out the Lux laser. Going to keep threading in auto attacks to keep triggering the Lux passive on the illumination, and then that's going to pick up the kill. So even though I flubbed up the fight really badly down here, fortunately Jarvan was, you know, the spot man on the job. He helped us get that double kill, and then I played the second fight much better. Here I'm typing to Ezreal. I was like, go back to base, go back to base. There's a Karthus in the game. And if you note, the Karthus ult is about 15 seconds away from coming off cooldown. So Ezreal did in fact go back to base. And I was typing in chat, I was like, you know, I'm kind of I play Karthus mid more than any other champ mid, and you gotta back when you're low if Karthus is in the game. Just don't take any chances. Back right now. Don't get finished off by the next time his ult is up. And yeah, so that's going to help us out quite a bit. So now we're off and rolling in bot lane. Ezreal is about 1,000 gold ahead, and I'm more than 1,000 gold ahead against Braum. I do want to mention one other thing in the game. So this is partially a reflection of the fact that we are at kind of a lower elo tier here. Note that Nasus chooses to rush the Glacial Shroud as his first item. It's not inherently a bad item on Nasus, but it's a terrible item in this matchup. It makes no sense to rush this armor item in a lane against Karma. He should be either going for Sheen if he wants more damage, or he should be going for a Spirit Visage if he wants a more defensive build, because that will give him cooldown reduction and magic resistance. But no Sheen on this, and like grabbing no Sheen and also not getting anything in the way of magic resistance in a Karma lane just makes no sense at all. Alright, so right there, going to land the binding on Braum. Now, again, he's Braum, he's tanky, he's going to be okay. As long as he puts the shield up, he's not going to take too much damage from the initial hit. And again, these two have hit 6 now, so that makes them much more dangerous. That's partly why I'm playing a little bit more scared than I was before. I'm actually playing a little bit too scared, as we see a little bit of action going on up there. I need to get a little bit closer because I'm not effective unless I can land my poke. And like right here, I had actually missed a whole bunch of bindings in a row again, a bunch of bindings and a bunch of pools. And I was like, all right, I need to do better here. We're ahead in this lane. They should not just be trading farm evenly with us. We need to do a better job of harassing them, because they should, like I said, they should not just be able to farm easily when we're this far ahead in lanes. Like, yeah, you see me missing like everything again and again. So this is not good play, and this is not how to snowball a lead. So I need to do a better job than this. I need to hit my skills and take advantage of the fact that I've got this gold benefit. Yeah, you see me continuing to miss stuff. This is really not good. They're getting even farm with us, and when we're 1,000 gold ahead on both the AD and the support, they should not just be able to get that farm. Alright, so I'm going to look to try to do a better job here. Again, unfortunately, missed that. Coming close on a lot of these, but the real problem is I'm not doing a good enough job of watching for when Ashe and Braum are going to last hit, and then waiting to use my skills when they're actually about to last hit, instead of just like randomly tossing out bindings and Lux pools at completely random moments. Like that. Like that's, I mean, there's a chance that it hits, but it's not a good chance. You should be a little bit more judicious about using these skills. I have a decent amount of mono regen, but I can still do a better job. Like that was much better. Obviously that hits both of them. And right there, Ezreal gets off a full combo there. Arcane Shift in, and there I managed to root Braum, so that's going to allow us to hit more poke right there. Again, we're going to trigger the Braum Keystone Mastery, so that's going to help us, but this is looking a little bit better. Now the problem is Vi's coming. We do see her coming, so I'm gonna back ping. I think Ezreal saw it too. Vi is on a ward, but apparently she doesn't realize she's on a ward because she's gonna keep trying to come in here. So I'm gonna, same thing as before, I'm gonna slow it down. I'm gonna land the binding, toss out the Lux pool, and then use the Lux ult, and that's that. So a nice attempt to use the Braum shield, but ultimately it's not enough. It can only block one skill. It ended up blocking Ezreal's ult, so the Lux ult went through. I guess Braum was not in quite the correct spot, so we're able to burst down Vi and get that kill, and that was pretty easy. Vi just tried to force that at a moment where it was not safe, and we're going to take advantage of this kill in the jungler to go take our prize, which is another dragon. So Earthdrake, probably the least valuable dragon type, but it will make it easier to take future dragons, and it will make it easier to take a future Baron. And of course, just having it denies the enemy team the chance to take it. So with the jungler dead, this is a totally free dragon, easy for us to get. Karthus is shoved in mid, Ashe and Braum were shoved in bot, they can't contest, and we're also going to be able to get deep vision in their jungle there, which is quite nice at their blue buff, so we can look to maybe steal a blue buff after this. Jarvan is sticking around, so he's looking to maybe make a play up in this lane here, and he's going to look to go in, so he is going to get the ultimate on Ashe. It does not turn into a kill, but Ashe is forced to burn her flash. Now right there, Ezreal is going to get hit by an Ashe arrow. He's going to flash away, and meanwhile Jarvan is getting low. Unfortunately here, I am going to miss on my pool. It doesn't hit anything, and then I miss my binding. So they actually end up getting that kill, and that was a misplay by me. I'm not going to go back and show it again, but just misuse of skills. I missed on the Lux pool, on the Lucent Singularity, and then I missed a pretty easy binding. If I had hit either of those, we would have been able to get at least one kill and go 1 for 1. So a nice job by their team to use their ultimates. Ashe initiating with the arrow, hit Ezreal. Ezreal couldn't really get into the fight because he was really low off of that Ashe arrow. And then they were able to follow that up and get the kill onto Jarvan, who was still a little bit low, and maybe forced that a little bit too much. Ezreal tossing out the ult. Forces a slight delay on Ashe's recall. Still, we're in good shape here. Oh, and I got to show you this play, Dan. I'm sorry I missed it. All right, so right here, Yasuo has gotten Karthus low. This is good for him. Like, the one thing he wants to do, he can just keep pressuring this tower, but Vi's here. Watch, he's going to hit a tornado, and then he takes it. It's like, what the heck? Karthus, unfortunately, has stopwatch up, and Vi also has her ult up, and oh boy. That is a bad death there. I mean, I guess he got the stopwatch out of Karthus, but yeah, that's when you're ahead in the lane, you do not want to give away a kill like that. So Karthus picks up an assist there. Vi gets the kill. And that was exactly what they needed in the mid lane to try and help out that lane. Oh, I'm actually going to blind ult. If Karthus was recalling, I knew he was super low. If he was recalling right here, that would have killed him, but he recalled up here. So I figured it was worthwhile. Lux ult's on a pretty short cooldown. I figured it was worthwhile to take the chance at getting a kill since it's on a less than a minute cooldown, and that's pretty short. There's a fight going on over here in the jungle, though, so let's watch this. Remember, Vi used her ultimate, so she does not have it up. She's going to flash. Now Nasus is going to chase. They're going to flash after, and he is, in fact, going to get that kill. Nasus, who is, for some bizarre reason, stacking Glacial Shroud and Warden's Mail in a lane against a Karma who's dealing magic damage, something that I just do not understand for the life of me. But they do manage to get that kill, and now they're going to farm it. And, in fact, there's a teleport coming in. Karthus teleporting here. Let's see if they can make it out. I actually did not see this during the game. Yeah, so they managed to burn Karthus' teleport somewhat wastefully. I think everyone on my team is going to be able to make it out, no problem. Alright, so let's check back in down here. We are again in great shape. We're getting some good damage on the tower. Right here, I land a binding on Ashe, and we get in a ton of poke. And then she arrows and hits nothing. I actually made a mistake. I should have used my ultimate as there as well. It would not have killed Ashe, but it would have chunked her down to about 100 health, and she probably would have had to back, which then might have opened up a chance to get this tower for us. So I should have just used my ult as well. Anytime you get a binding like that on the AD and they're kind of like helpless and can't move, you might as well just use all of your skills. You don't have to wait for a kill. Because by now Ashe has managed to sustain a bit, get back up in lane, and with her Blade of the Ruined King, she has lifesteal. Now right here, Ezreal unfortunately picks the moment to Arcane Shift in right as Vi is coming to gank him. And that was just him not watching the map. I was trying to retreat ping him, but he literally arcane shifted in right as Vi showed up walking over our ward. And once that happened, there wasn't much he could do. Braum ulted him. He did not have arcane shift up because he had just shifted in. And yeah, Vi comes in and he's pretty dead off of that. Fortunately for us, there's no dragon up, and we're not going to suffer any larger losses off this. But it was a bit of a needless giveaway, considering that we had a pretty big advantage in lane. Alright, now here's one thing that I do like about Lux as a support. I don't think that Lux is a great support at high elo bracket, but I think she's pretty good at lower elo brackets, and that's because she gives you a little bit more in the way of playmaking ability as opposed to a more traditional sustained support like a Soraka or a Janna or a Sona or something like that. And she also gives you the chance to wave clear, which it can be pretty useful in some of these lanes, particularly if you have an AD who has managed to get picked off and gotten himself killed. Like right here, I'm going to hold the minion wave so it doesn't hit the tower, so Ezreal can get here and farm this. But sometimes your AD dies. Oh, watch it right here. I'm just going to toss out my skills to stop Ashe from backing. For some reason, I didn't trigger the Lucent Singularity, so I'm going to stop Ashe from backing, not give her a good recall. But yeah, one nice thing about Lux is, you can take farm, and it's not bad for you to take farm. Oh, I'm going to hit her again. And there we go. Unfortunately, I didn't have laser up because I just used it. But hey, managed to get some more damage on her. She's not going to be able to back. Over here, we're going to see Nasus fall again. Man, his armor didn't do anything. I can't believe it. But fortunately for us, Vi overchased on that kill. Vi did not have flash up, and so we're able to clean that up and turn into a 1-for-1. Yeah, all the armor, I do not understand the armor stacking in a lane where you're up against someone who deals magic damage and not physical damage. And they actually have double AP solo lanes. They have Karma Karthus for their solo lanes, so pretty bizarre on the itemization choice there. That's also a nice shield by Braum, although I do manage to get in a little poke on Ashe because Braum can't block it since he used the shield to block damage triggered on him. But with Ashe having the lifesteal on Blade of the Ruined King, and with Braum having his... Oh, and here we're going to see me get tagged with the Ashe ultimate. So I'm going to flash away, and it doesn't turn into a kill. Nasus has come down here for some reason. Not the greatest teleport on his side. I guess he thought there was going to be a bigger fight. So that's not going to turn into a bigger fight here, but one thing we can do with Nasus being down here is we can look to take this dragon, because the Karthus just backed in mid. Like, we saw that Karthus just backed in mid, and that's going to mean we have 4 champs here, and because we have that Earth Drake, we can actually burst it down really quick. So we're going to take the Infernal, and even though Nasus's teleport was a little bizarre, it actually turned into an Infernal Drake for us at a moment when our jungler was nowhere close. So, hey, it actually worked out in the end. A little bit weird, but it worked out. And one thing that their team has maybe not done as great of a job of doing as they might have has been using the Ashe-Braum combo to pick up kills. They have gotten some. They've gotten 2 kills using Ashe Arrow and Braum Ultimate. But I think they maybe could have done a little bit more. I don't think they've been as effective as they would have liked down here, especially considering that we have 5 kills down here in the bottom lane compared to the 2 that they've picked up. And their lane honestly has more kill pressure. We're a poke lane. They are a kind of like a kill pressure lane, at least once they have their when they have their ult up. So I think they probably would have liked to have gotten more out of this than they have thus far. But I haven't even really mentioned 401 on the game so far for Lux. So this is great. I am far accelerated in my support build as compared to what I would have in a normal game. I have a full Ludens complete at the 20-minute mark, in addition to the, what is this, the Eye of Frost, the Lux support item. And now that I've gotten the Transform, I got the Transform on the support item relatively early. I can kind of take as much farm as I want, and it doesn't really hurt. Like, it doesn't slow down, it slows down the charges, I suppose, but taking farm doesn't really hurt me that much. So like, I'm like, alright, I'll just happily take these minions here, since you're not here, Ezreal. And, you know, just look to continue getting stronger. I will basically turn into our only source of magic damage. Everyone else on the team is physical, so me getting stronger and having enough AP that it's not, you know, that it can't just be shook off is actually pretty good for us. Now here I'm going to be clearing this ward, so Ezreal needs to be more careful because I'm clearing this ward. Unfortunately, he didn't get that memo, because as I'm trying to come back from clearing this ward, he is actually going to get engaged on. He gets hit by the Braum Q, and then Ashe is going to ult. He did not Arcane Shift, and Karthus is going to ult in as well, and that's going to be enough to finish him off. So we're going to see another kill given away in this lane, and that was nicely done by their team. Braum hit the initial Q to get the slow, and then they followed up with Ashe Arrow, and that's how this lane is supposed to go for their team. Now here's again where it is not the worst thing that you have legitimate wave clear as Lux. So I'm going to ult to clear the creep wave, and then I'm going to look to get this cannon minion, and I'm actually not going to get it, but I did manage to clear off the wave, so they cannot push this tower. Like, that's the main thing that happens there. I could have done that better. I took Harass from Ashe when I was trying to get that minion, but they're not going to be able to shove this tower, even though they got the kill on Ezreal. So they get the kill gold, but that's it. They get nothing else. They don't get anything in terms of an objective. Meanwhile, there is a fight going on here in top lane. I don't know if it's going to turn into anything, and our team did get that top lane turret, which is nice. Nasus has finished the Frozen Heart and gone into the Spectre's Cow. He still doesn't have a Sheen, which is like the biggest thing that increases his damage, so I'm not sure why he continues to ignore the Sheen. But he does have 339 stacks. That's good for 22 minutes. Not exceptional, but it's good. And now we're going to look to just continue scaling. And, you know, hey, we've got double Infernals, so time is probably on our side in this game, as long as we can keep their team from taking an Infernal Drake. We've also done a good job of keeping vision up. Like, if you put our vision on the map, look at all these words on top side. The rest of the team has done a great job, so that's allowed me to keep my words on the bottom side of the map. And because Ashe went back and backed with Braum, now Ezreal is able to take this tower, and he's able to get it pretty easily. So that actually gives us 2 towers on the game, and the mid lane turret's getting low as well. So we've been picking up a lot of global gold. Like 8-6 in kills looks like a close game, but if you look at the global gold total, we're actually pretty far ahead. 4,000 gold ahead, plus ahead 3 dragons to 0. So we're looking pretty sharp right now. I'm going to use this opportunity to just try to keep clearing out vision, just trying to get more wards up. We know that there's a dragon up in about a minute, so we want to be ready for that. And just look to have a chance to engage on them again. We've got the pink ward here in the Tribrows, or vision ward, I think they're officially called now. And that's going to make it harder for them to, you know, try to get into our jungle. They really have not pressured any of our towers at all. Oh, here, look, the Ezreal ult coming into mid again. I don't know what those long-range Ezreal ults are really supposed to do. We have Jarvan looking to come in, but look, there's a ward here, so their team is going to see him coming, and he is going to look to force this just a little bit much. We are not really with him, so like, look, he's gone way in front of Ezreal and me, but he's going to use his EQ combo. He doesn't hit them, he just gets off the ult, the dunk, but it's not enough because they just counter-engage that, and again, this is what Braum and Ashe are quite good at doing, a very good counter-engage lane. So Braum ults to knock him up, Ashe ults for the stun, and they're able to kill him pretty easily, and that was just forced a little too much by our Jarvan player. Got ahead of the play, and like I said, we just weren't there. He got way too far in front of us, so that was a fairly easy kill for the enemy team to pick up. And this game is, you know, we're in pretty comfortable shape, but we probably should be snowballing more than we are right now in this game. Oh, right here, getting off some nice poke. I actually managed to hit them repeatedly. Now, we don't have vision in this brush, so I need to get vision in this brush. Ezreal, actually, that was not at all safe for him to come forward there. So I am going to come forward and get this, and I don't think Vi saw me put the ward in the brush there because she is still sticking around here, even though we have a word right there. And now I'm going to ult just to stop Braum from recalling because I'm a jerk. It does get me gold via my my Eye of the Watchers item. So gonna look to delay that. And again, there's no tower here, so we're just wasting their time. And this is significant because there's a Mountain Drake about to spawn. And if we can delay that, then if we can delay their recall, we can make it easier to take that Mountain Drake. Like, Karthus is low, he's not going to be able to get in a fight, and now their team's looking to engage, but look, we have Jarvan coming in here, so he's going to jump on Ashe. I'm going to follow it up with a Binding. The Binding hits Braum, not Ashe, so we're going to finish off the Braum right there, and now Ashe is in all kinds of trouble. She's just looking to run, and I'm going to line this up, and let's just pause it for a second right there. Note the laser usage. Ashe is totally screwed here. There's nothing she can do. If she runs to the right, she's going to get killed by Jarvan. If she runs to the left, well, the laser's going to hit her, and she does not have flash up. So, there she goes. And I actually end up getting a double kill there. So, yeah, 6 kills now on the support Lux. We also picked up the mid turret because Karthus had to back. And this is another totally free dragon, so we may as well take it. This will give us a double Earth Drake. And what the double Earth will mean is we will have amazing pressure to take Baron. So, and then a really good fight. The kills in the game are close, but this is actually not a close game at all because we're ahead 3-0 in turrets, 4-0 in dragons, and our team is also out farming their team by a pretty good margin. We're behind in top, but look at the jungle, look at mid. I guess we're actually technically behind in farm in the bot lane. Yeah, it's actually pretty even there, but Yasuo is pretty far ahead. The Jarvan is quite far ahead. Nasus is ahead as well because he's gotten all the global gold, and then I'm, almost 2,500 gold ahead in the support matchup, and I'm at the point where I'm legitimately getting pretty strong here. I'm able to pick up the Sork shoes on this back and get an amp tome, and I'm going to pick up 2 control wards because I want to make sure that we have vision. I typed in chat at this point in time, I said, hey, we've got double Earth Drakes. If we can win any kind of a fight, we should be able to take Baron off of it. So I was trying to let the team know we're in a position where if we kill anybody on the map, we can look to take Baron. So the focus of the game now is going to shift to their topside jungle, the red side jungle of the enemy team. We want to get wards up in this jungle. We're going to want to look to pick them off because if we can kill anyone, again, we can look to do Baron. And in fact, we've got good ward coverage here and here. Ashe is running around in their jungle, and it turns out Ashe is going to get jumped on here by Jarvan. He's going to dunk her, and in fact, Ashe even burned her flash and did not manage to make it out. So that's just perfect for us. And now Braum has kind of put himself in a bad spot. Jarvan doesn't have his ult up, but he can hit the knockup with his EQ. That's going to allow Yasuo to use his ultimate, and so we follow that up and we get another kill. And at this point, I'm just like, Baron, Baron, Baron. Come, let's do Baron, guys. The team, not initially interested, but I just keep pinging it and typing Baron, 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 Baron. This is a free it's a free Baron. It is absolutely the right call for us to take here. We've just killed 2 members of their team. We've got wards in their jungle. We've got a double Mountain Drake, so it's going to die super fast. And so finally now, belatedly, the rest of the team is like, all right, let's do the Baron. But absolutely, what we should be doing here. When you have a chance to take a free Baron like this, you might as well take it. We don't exactly have minion waves in the greatest spot. I guess we have one in mid, but it's way, way, way safer in this game for us to take this Baron now. Not only does it put us ahead, it also removes any chance for the enemy team to take Baron. That's one of the things I've always liked about why I think it's so useful to grab Barons when you can. Not only do you get it, you deny the enemy team the chance to get it. Their team is behind. They need to get a Baron to get back in this game. By taking it, we deny them that opportunity. And at this point, I was actually pinging the mid turret. I was like, we can get this mid turret. Why? Because Ashe is bot, and because we just saw Karma top. Now she's returning from lane, but Like, their team's got people in top lane and bot lane. Yeah, they've got Vi top, they have Ashe bot, so that gives us a temporary numbers advantage where we can look to get this turret. I was pretty sure we could get this with the Baron buff before their team would manage to close. Like, Vi's coming, Ashe is coming, but we're able to get that tower, and now we want to back and spend our gold. So a little bit risky to do that. It might have been safer just to recall, spend our gold, and then reset, and like Jarvan for some reason backed before we took the tower, which was not a good play on his part. But I think it made sense to go for that because their team had one champ in top and one champ in bot, and I was pretty sure we could grab that mid turret and with our numbers advantage, and that is in fact what we were able to do. So now we're in great shape. I mean, we're 10,000 gold ahead. At this point, there's not a lot the enemy team can do. They need us to make mistakes. We've got the Baron, we've got the double Infernal Drake, and hey, for support Lux, with the Baron running and with the double Infernals, I've got 229 AP, and a fair amount of Magic Pen too, because I've got the Oblivion Orb, which has Magic Pen, and I've got the Sorc Shoes, which has Magic Pen as well. I will look to finish the Morella Nomicums next, and then go for a Death Cap if the game goes that long. This is about as strong as you're ever likely to get on a support Lux, unless the game goes to like 50 minutes or something. So yeah, I'm like legitimately pretty strong here. Like, look at the damage. The pool does like almost 400 damage, and the ult does a little over 500. So right here, our team is forcing an engage. We're jumping on Karthus. This is not the safest engage, but we are going to claim it right here. And Karthus is going to ult, but again, Karthus has died before the team fight has really started, so now we're going to look to continue this. Guardian Angel is popped on Jarvan, but the rest of the team has arrived. We get a knockup on Nasus, so he's going to have to be a little careful. But in goes Yasuo, and this is why I banned Yasuo in solo queue, because once he gets into the middle of the team fight, he's going to start killing everybody. So we're going to pick off 2 kills, 3 kills. I'm going to kill Karma with a binding, and then I actually get an auto attack kill on the Braum, so that runs my skill somewhat improbably to 904 overall. I actually played that last team fight rather poorly. I missed a lot of my skill shots, but we were far enough ahead that it honestly didn't even matter, and their team's just going to surrender here to wrap up this one at the 30-minute mark. So yeah, the carry Lux, the greedy Lux support in this game, 904. Did not give any kills to my Ezreal. I actually felt kind of bad. He typed in chat after the game, I just wanted 1 kill. Was not trying to kill steal him. Just needed to make sure that I picked up the kills, but overall it was a pretty effective game, I'd say. A lot of things to improve on. Like, there are a lot of things I saw when I went back where I missed skill shots, I could have been more effective in harassing, got caught by the one Ashe arrow, so there's always stuff to work on, but I was pretty happy with this game. I ended up with more gold than anyone on the enemy team and more damage dealt to champs than anyone on the enemy team. So when you're the support player, that's pretty good stuff. And this actually secured me promotion to Silver 3, so yay, hooray for that. One step at a time, one step at a time. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this gameplay. Until next time, hope you guys are having a good week. Until then, take care.